Alan Murphy's Submission Radio, sitting alongside AJ McKee. AJ, how are you?
Good, how about yourself?
Not too bad, thanks. You're a few weeks removed from your Bellator fight at the start of the month. Do you want to talk about that? It was a decision win. Are you happy with your performance?
I'm happy with coming out with the win, but for me, I felt it was probably one of my worst performances. I don't know, there's just a lot of things that went wrong leading up to that fight. I had a lung infection a couple weeks prior to the fight. Emmanuel Sanchez pulling out a week before the fight, so there's just a lot of motivation that was there that just kind of went out the window, you know. And I don't know, as long as I come out with a win, that's all that really matters, you know.
I remember before your previous fight, it was the story was going around that you went out the night before. Do you want to tell us what exactly happened, or?
Well, I work at a club in Hollywood, so I don't know, one of my favorite rappers was up there, so I just went up there to hang out for a little bit, you know. That was when I was supposed to fight Henry Corrales, and he pulled out a week before the fight as well. So it's like all these guys pulling out a week before the fight, I'm starting to think they're not getting hurt, especially with Emmanuel Sanchez signing a new contract to fight a week after the fight. I'm like, hold on, like, you can't fight me, but you can go fight Welch or Pat, whoever he's fighting, or he's fighting Georgie, so I'm like, that was just kind of an upset, you know, like talking about who have I fought and you're going to dust me off, but yet you flake out because your ankle's hurt or whatever, and then you sign a new contract to fight a week after the fight. So I'm like, that he's a fish to me now.
So the frustration made you go out, or was it just like you're a big fan of Wiz Khalifa? Or?
I was just a big fan, you know, big fan, and then I get in there free. I can go hang out in my own little section, and like I don't have to be bothered with anybody all bumping into me and stuff. So just go out, enjoy some music, and get back home, you know.
What time did you get in at, and how were you feeling the next day? Because I know if I go out in the night, it's a bit rough the next day, so I couldn't imagine fighting the day after.
Yeah, I like to sleep in, so I got caught up on my sleep. It wasn't really of an issue. I don't know, it's fun, man. You know, you're young, you only live once. You got to enjoy the moments, you know. But as I progress in my career and I get higher up in the rankings, you got to start taking it more serious. So now's the time, you know. I'm back in the gym hard. I was back in the gym Monday after my fight Friday, even with a messed up hand. So I'm on that grind, and I got some goals that I want to get done and get handled.
Now, when I look at your career, you're 6-0 as a pro. You fought all your fights in Bellator. How did joining Bellator in the first place arise? Like, how did that come up? Was your manager that got the deal for you, or?
It was. I'm not really sure how it happened, but my father and Rampage had an amateur show that they were doing, and Rampage had a show that was called Conquest, and I had fought for one title the week before, and then I went to Rampage's show and fought for another title there, and I think Coker came to that fight, and I ended up picking the dude up and choking him out by his neck in a guillotine, kind of like how I slammed James Barnes. It was like literally the exact same choke, and he saw that and he liked what he saw, so my dad started talking to him, and I ended up signing straight to Bellator out of my amateur career.
Excellent. So 6-0, as I said. What's next for you? Like, what are you aiming to do when you're hoping to get back in there? Are you looking for a higher profile fight now, or are you happy on the path that you're going?
The fight I'm always looking for is that title shot, you know. That's the goal, and that's where I feel my level of competition is, you know, is at that title shot. But once I get in there, I don't want to just get in there and have a good fight, you know. I want to go in there and be able to dominate and leave no questions, you know. I want to make sure every time somebody fights me, they never want to fight me again. So when I go in there, I just try to hurt people, you know, and just really make sure they never want to fight me again, win or lose.
So Daniel Straus is the Bellator champion. That's who you like. That's who you're aiming for. Like, do you want to fight a couple more times before that, or are you at Bellator to say whenever?
Whenever Bellator feels it's ready. I mean, I feel I'm ready now, so I just got to continue to keep proving myself and showing up, you know. My last fight, I didn't feel I really showed up, but for me, I felt that was probably one of my worst showcase skills that I've had yet. But I still came out with a unanimous decision. So everyone said I dominated. It wasn't to my standard, but it was still a win, you know, and it was still an impressive win to the people. So I guess I keep my head up on that one and look forward to coming back and putting on another great show and 10 times better than my last fight.
Excellent. And you're over here in Ireland, cornering Anthony Taylor. He's fighting James Gallagher. That's a fight in your division. What do you think of James? Obviously, you've watched tape with Anthony, or you've sparred together, trying to work on a game plan. So you know James pretty well at this stage. What do you think of him as a fighter and personality-wise? Because him and Anthony are kind of back and forth on social media, and then today as well.
It's gonna be a fun fight, man. As far as the feet, you know, my dad's even told me, even with me being 21, James is 19. He's a teenager, you know. That's a teenage boy, and yet he's in here fighting with grown men. So there's a difference between grown man strength and teenage strength. And Anthony's probably one of the freakishly strongest people in our gym, you know. And he hits hard, you know. I don't feel Gallagher has that knockout power, but Anthony has that knockout power. But yet at the same time, Gallagher has more well-rounded skills, you know. So I feel it could go either way, but I feel Anthony's going to come out with a knockout. So Gallagher, you know, he's a character, man. I feel him being young. He takes a lot of things personal, and it's entertainment just as much as it is a sport, you know. So if you're letting everybody get in your head, that's part of the fight, you know. If I'm in your head, I already know I've got you beat. And Anthony's kind of in his head, so he's taking things way too personal, talking about he's got me next, and I'm just like, dude, you have no idea. Like, you're fighting people that I coach. Like, you know, like if you think you're gonna beat me next, and you're fighting people that I'm coaching, like I'm his coach. I teach him, and you're fighting him, and like you're gonna compare yourself to me. You're gonna tell me you're gonna whoop my ass next. Like I'll run through him. Anthony says he'll knock him out in 2 minutes. I promise I'll knock him out in 2 minutes. Like hands down. Like choke him out, whatever he wants. I'll let him pick what he wants me to finish him with. So for him, don't take it personal, bro. It's entertainment, and it's a fighting game just as well, you know.
So just say on Friday night, James does win. Would that be a fight you'd be interested in then?
For me, that's a step back. You know, that's a step back. I'm looking for Straus. I'm looking for these top 5 contenders. For me, what do I get from it? You know, I don't really get anything from it. But hey, if he wants to make it happen, sign that dotted line. You know, I'm always willing to take a fight from anybody and everybody. So I don't run from anybody. If you want it, come get it. I'm gonna kick your ass just to say I did it. You know, that's my motto. So sign that dotted line and we can rumble.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks.